Oh God, I've been assaulted by big questions right from the beginning. When are you going to have an interview with big stars Ajit, Vijay, Rajnikant? Which is your favorite Vijay movie? Uh, when are the interviews with Lokesh Kanakas and Kamal Hassan coming up? You know, oh God, these are all trade secrets. I don't know if I should reveal them out here, but yes, the old frame is back. Yeah, it's like I'm doing this from home. I'm resting for a while. I'm not going to theaters and things like that. But I managed to do a couple of like OTT reviews, so that is kind of there. Uh, Opinion on Vikram trailer. Vikram trailer was, I thought, superb. I really liked the way they handled the balance of all the actors, which made it seem like it was going to be a very dense and layered kind of film. Uh, yeah, so that is kind of nice. So, wide angle with Santosh Narayanan, sure, why not? That's something that we want to plan. Actually, I was talking about somebody today about Santosh Narayanan. Uh, how can one pursue screenwriting in Tamil? What is the process, right? Uh, See, the process is basically uh, you can do it in many ways. You can what I like to what I would recommend is you see the thing is what the mistake that most people do is they have a terrific one line, but to convert that one line or that concept in that premise into a full-fledged screenplay uh, with 60 scenes or something like that, that's a really 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 tough thing. The screenplay writing is the toughest part of making a movie. So I would say practice writing scenes first. Just imagine something like you're asking someone out on a date, or somebody's unwell in your family, and you are a non-believer, but you're going to the temple for the first time just to pray for them because there's nothing else you can do. So imagine a situation like that. How would you write a scene? Write 2 pages with dialogue, with situations and things like that, and slowly get used to writing scenes for imaginary situations, and then you'll get the hang of it, and then you can go on to write full-fledged screenplays. That's how I would say you do it. uh, uh, After being a critic for so long, how easy is it to kick back and watch a movie in a non-critic sense? I've always told you this. It's like as a critic, you just have an extra layer of an analytical brain. It's not that the audience brain is switched off. It's always there. So, which is why when you're watching a movie like, let's say, Manadu or something like that, you're enjoying the movie as much as the audience, even as your brain is processing it at another level. So it's just two levels of processing, I guess. One is at the basic audience level, and one is at a slightly, analytical level. But you never really stop. Okay, so let me tell you this: the last time I kicked back and watched a movie was Doctor Strange, because I didn't have to review it. I just went and watched it with some friends, and but even then, I was like, okay, this has been done well. This has been written well. This has been, conceived well. So that's always happening, even as I'm enjoying the movie. So I guess that's kind of yeah. So that's there. Which is more comfortable, doing reviews at home or doing them like nowadays? Comfortable is home, because then you don't have to step out. But I think, especially after COVID, you get so used to uh, being at home that I think stepping out creates a like breaks that habit, and you also get to meet the team a little more often. So I think, yeah, I enjoy the stepping out part of it, so that I'm able to do this thing. So yeah, I mean, comfort is obviously home, but then like they say, you should always try and step out of your comfort zone, right? I try to do that, and I hope I keep doing that. uh Let me see. uh why is there much less Tamil director and actors interviews? We need more. What we just did, Vignesh Shivan, we did, we just did a two-parter with him. We did, so it's like, people have to, like, what we're trying to do is just do stuff that will interest people at a larger level than just put in interviews for the sake of putting in interviews. Because, see, I truly believe that slowly language is going to become not an important thing, because I believe that in another maybe few years, because of movies being dubbed on OTT, being available on OTT, and as OTT penetration improves and increases, people will start watching Hindi movies in Tamil or Kannada or Malayalam or whatever it is, because they will all be dubbed into their respective languages. I don't think I think by interviewing people from all over, it's actually adding to the to the content that we produce. It's a trial. Let's see how it goes. uh, which Kamal films should we gear up to see Vikram? uh, I would say Vikram, if you haven't seen the original. But I really don't know what kind of movie this is, because Lokesh is a tricky director. He can kind of confound you with his expectations. So I don't know. I've seen most of the Kamal films, so I don't have a problem. But I don't know what this is. So uh, oh, why no review for Dawn? Because I had a minor surgery and I was in the hospital, and yeah, so this week also there's not going to be any theatrical reviews. There'll be OTT reviews. So next week, hopefully, I'll be back in theaters. So uh, one Tamil star who you want to interview but still couldn't. Uh, I would. I can't name this person, but there are two such people. uh, Hello, so how do you serve Vikram releasing amidst all this KGF and RRR films? When Hollywood awaits a huge commercial film, is this overall hype a big bane if the movie turns bad? See, I think hype is inevitable, because you've got to cut through the clutter and kind of a thing. For instance, if you notice, for Dawn, Sivakarthikeyan gave a ton of interviews to all kinds of channels, like from the big ones to the small ones. He really went all out and promoted the movie, and the movie become a big hit. So hype is inevitable. You have to hype up a movie if you want to get people excited in it. And there is an inbuilt hype in Vikram, because of the director, because of the lead actor, because of the supporting actors like Vijay Sethupathi, Fahad Fasil, all these kind of things. So, and also, so what are they going to? And it also marks the return of Kamal Hassan to the big screen after a very long time. So, like, fans like me are very, very excited, because, to see what it is like. What if the movie turns out to be bad? I don't think it will, but you just take it as it comes. It's like, you just kind of, uh, uh, every it's not the end of the world if a movie doesn't live up to expectations, I guess. So, favorite Stephen King novel, Pet Cemetery. I did not sleep for 2 nights after reading it. I'm not kidding you. It was the scariest shit I've ever read. This was actually a long time ago. I don't know if I'd be as scared today, But yeah, it's an amazing, amazing, amazingly scary book, and yeah, that Pet Cemetery is the one. Uh, uh, do you think Ponniyin Selvan can create another Bahubali level magic since RRR failed to live up to the expectations? Why not? It's a big property, it's a big director, there are big stars. It's a pre sold property because even if people haven't read Ponniyin Selvan, they've heard of something called Ponniyin Selvan. And, there is that the mix of stars always works. So yeah, I have a feeling that it's going to be like a like a big event movie, at least down south. So where the property is actually known, where Kalki's novel is actually known. Whether it can create Bahubali level magic is wait and see, because see, first of all, uh, Bahubali is kind of, movies like RRR, KGF, they happen once in a while. We tend to talk about them a lot because they make so much money and all that kind of stuff, but they also happen once in a while. So, I've read so many people say things like, oh, look at the South, they're still, holding on to the masala traditions, and therefore this, that, and all that kind of stuff. But it's not. Let's see how much longer, because the thing is, after that, the Telugu industry had a series of flops. So you don't never know, like how this is going to be. The very same Prabhas who gave Bahubali gave us Radhesham. So you don't know how these things will go. How did you improve your vocabulary and speaking skills, sir? Oh my God, I don't even know how I did this, but uh, I really don't know how to answer this question. I think I just have this habit of, it's basic curiosity, because if I don't know a word, I tend to look it up. I tended to look it up in the dictionary. Of course, now we have Google. So actually, you have no excuse. At least I could say I'm too lazy to go to the other room and get the dictionary or whatever it is. So you have no excuse. So yeah, it's just that it's not a I mean, it's nothing very big. So uh, why the big movie production houses not involving critics like you as complete knowledge about movies in the filmmaking process will still help them fine tune the story in pre-production? See, I think they have their own instincts, right? Uh, about what a screenplay should be, and I think while a movie is being made, they do have teams. They do have teams that look at the story and offer suggestions and all that kind of stuff. Uh, but will they listen to external people? I don't know. Uh, but yeah, sure. I mean, if I have given uh, so I'm as we speak, I'm reading a screenplay by a first-time director, somebody I know. I'm kind of going through it and going to offer suggestions. But yeah, but it's uh, you know, the one thing is, the more time you give for the screenplay, the less time you're going to need for what happens afterwards. And building the screenplay is the basic building block. And the reason that many movies are so bad or so hastily written is because they get the stars date first and then start writing the screenplay after going to production. And that's why the back and forth doesn't happen as well. So even though people keep talking about bound script and this and that and all that, very few people actually do that. So uh, why Telugu films are reaching wider audiences than Tamil? I think it's all perception, because when I went to Hyderabad for the RRR event, uh, there was talk about how Tamil cinema makes such wonderful films, and that kind of thing. So I think we look at them and we feel we don't have it. Like for example, I often look at Malayalam films and feel that uh, their level of writing is so extraordinary. And I just reviewed Puru today. I saw it late, and the film didn't fully work for me. But as a concept, as there's so much of something to talk about, that you just feel that uh, there's so much to learn, but the audience is also different. So films largely are made for the audience. So if the audience craves, now you can't make that sensibility in a Telugu or a Tamil audience, because Telugu and Tamil audiences are more mass oriented. So, like for example, Vetrimaran's biggest hit is Asuran, which is also, I mean, it's a solid movie, but it's also his most generic film. Compared to Vadachennai, which is such a rich, complex, layered, wonderfully like this thing. Asuran is pretty straight; it's a straight line. But that's also the audience, right? So you've got to kind of take that also into account. Uh, why can't you try acting? If Manisa GVM approaches, don't say no. Once I was approached for a Selvaraghavan movie, and an AD came and I said what the role was, and I was supposed to be chief minister, and no, no, no. This is not the Selvaraghavan movie. This is something else. I forget who the director is. But then, so I'm supposed to get up and make this big talk, and then somebody gets up and guns me down. And I thought, wow, that'd be so cool if it got, I'd get to wear the fake blood and all that, and I was like all ready for it. But then I think that film got stalled for some reason. And I never heard back from them. But more recently, I got another offer for a film that's going to come out in December, hopefully. But I couldn't do that for some reason. But I've done a small cameo in a web series. Look out for it. It will come out soon, and let me know how good or bad I am, so that I can kind of, see if this doesn't work out much more, I can, uh, you know, uh, uh, pursue a career in acting as, like, the heroine's uh, uncle. Don't say father, please, but let's say uncle. So, uh, am I not scrolling properly, or am I getting the same questions over and over again? Oh, new comments. 1 second. Let's see what they are. How do you keep your politics away from your reviews? Uh, See, the thing is, when you are entering a movie, you're entering the world of the movie. So you should be in that world and not expect the movie to come to your world. Uh, I probably am not going to be explaining this very quickly, but so let's say they are showing something that is repulsive to you in real life, but it makes sense in the movie. Then it you should say it makes sense in the movie. You can't say, oh my god, how can they do this, because in my real life I would never allow this something like this to happen, because that's not your life. That is what is within the frame is a piece of fiction unfolding with other characters who may have values that are different from yours. So you cannot let your feelings about something uh, affect your analysis of a movie or appreciation of a movie, which is how I always approach a movie, because I'm this person, but the movie is something else. It's about people who are not me, who are other people. So it is my duty as a moviegoer to enter that world and be in that world, which may be very different from my world, and which may have very different thoughts and politics and ideas from what I carry. But that is the that is how you watch movies, because otherwise you'll always be evaluating movies on the basis of what you want and what you don't want, or rather what you approve of in life or what you don't approve of in life. And life is not that way, because we are surrounded by people who are different from us and who carry different values and ideals from what we have. So there is no point in really like expecting the movies to be any different. uh your most anticipated movie 2022, I would say Vikram, then Ponniyin Selvan. Then I'm really looking forward to seeing Rajiv Ravi's Thuramukam, which I've been trying to see for the longest time. I'm really looking forward to seeing Vinod Raj's next film. I've kind of read the synopsis. It looks fantastic. Uh, and After Pebbles, Kurangal, that director. Yeah, these are some of the films that I'm looking forward to seeing. I have physics board exam dear sir. Wish me luck, please. All the best. Ace it. I hated physics. I hate that fucking subject. Sorry. Uh, uh, mm, do you feel films of all industries worldwide can no longer make cult films like LOTR anymore? Good movies are only remembered for a few years. I think that's also because of the amount of content that we are inundated with, because you are talking about uh, uh, you know the, that was a time, Lord of the Rings is nothing. I'm going back even further. You watched a movie and then you were able to think about it for 2 days, 3 days, because that movie there would be no other movie for like a week or so, or 2 weeks or so. And that thing would stay in your mind. But now, even if after watching the movie you're coming home, you're watching YouTube videos, you're watching something else, so the movie slowly slips away from your mind. And it like after a year you might forget scenes, you might forget something else. There are movies that I keep watching again and again, and sometimes I'm like, oh wow, yeah, I forgot the scene was there. Oh yeah, you know what, the scene was not there. And that's because of this overload of content that we all do. So I consciously, for example, try to not spend a lot of time on social media, because I mean I have to sometimes to retweet stuff and all that, but I try not to be too much on social media, because it really is a time sink, and I'd rather watch something than do that. But that's why all these distractions make the movie in your head slowly leak away instead of staying there as one entity for a long time. And there's nothing I can do, any one of us can do about it. I mean, I may be a little, because of my social media relative, non-participation in social media, I might have a little, more time than you, but I do the same thing. When I come back home, and sometimes I'm really tired, I will, not watch anything like a movie. I'll just watch some social media comedy or something like that. So it's everybody's thing. So uh how is Sivakarthikeyan Dawn movie? I haven't seen Dawn yet. I have heard such mixed reviews about it. I really am curious to see what it's like, but I haven't seen it yet. Do you watch TV shows or only movies? No, I watch TV shows. I just finished the entire season of Succession, which I had kind of mixed feelings about, but I really like season two. Then I'm watching. I just finished Peaky Blinders. Uh, um, yeah, I'm kind of. I started watching Moon Knight. Yeah, so I actually, frankly, to be speaking, I find TV shows much more interesting than movies these days because there's a bigger arc. You get to know characters better. I especially like these mini TV show series, like the ones that have 6 episodes or 8 episodes and then get done, because they really do it so well. And I they are also such master classes in filmmaking. You just like, you're wondering, look at their TV and our TV. It's just it's a question of what works, I guess. But for the audience, again, but it's just I watch a lot of TV shows. Yes. uh New comments. uh Tell us something about a little life that's right above your head. Okay, that's one of my favorite books, and that's the la. I mean, it's a big fat book, and I'm personally drawn to. I don't know why, but uh, I mean, it's not like I don't like happy stories, but when somebody goes deep into like the life of somebody who's fundamentally sad, uh, uh, something draws me in, and it's a spectacular book. I really really love reading it. I'm reading this right now, uh, Richard Dawkins. I mean, I read it earlier, but it's kind of I just rediscovered it again and I'm reading it. And then I'm also sorry, but I'm also kind of got this. Can you see it? Gita Ramana Championship Point by Saskia Jain came highly recommended. I've read chapter. It's fantastic. I hope the book lives up to it. So yeah. So uh, why can't you try decoding screenplay of cult classic music? I would love to do that, but you guys don't watch. There's very few people that watch, and unfortunately, however much we want to do things, because of the limited time, we are also forced to do things that people watch, at least to some extent. Uh, yeah, so that's one thing. So which movie had a massive impact on your personal life when you watched it? There have been several movies, several movies that have done it. Uh, I remember. Okay, I'm not getting into Indian films at all. I I'll name two foreign films, right? Two Hollywood films. One is uh, Five Easy Pieces. It's a Jack Nicholson movie, and it's about a man who has a talent. He has a great talent. He rejects his white collar, rich life, and just goes on to be this blue collar guy. And that movie really, really, I think it's one of my all time favorite films. The other thing that movie that really impacted me when I watched it was Ordinary People, which is about this kid with a very cold mother and a loving father, and the kid's older brother dies, and what happens after that. That's something that movie also affected me. And in Tamil, it has to be Nayakan because, like I just said at that event, at that conclave, which will soon be on Galatta Plus. Uh, I was in high school when I watched it. I had never seen a Tamil film like that, and Kamal was, of course, my favorite actor. So to suddenly see like a movie like that in Tamil was almost like a physical shock. I still remember, usually after a movie, when you go back home, you discuss the film with your friends and stuff like that. But here, me and my friends were just standing in the bus and just like just looking at each other and like going, wow, wow. We just didn't know what to say because it was like being hit by a thunderbolt or something like that. So uh have you watched Game of Thrones? No, I haven't watched a single episode because it's very daunting. I don't. It sounds very complicated. I don't know if I should. And it looks like if I get into it, I'll never get out of it. So I kind of think so. And I'll take this last question. Do you think after pandemic there is a clear distinction between movies that are a theater release and movies that will be released on OTT? Uh, I do think so. I think people, because see, the thing is that even if it's not OTT, there's other ways of watching it. So I do think people will go to theater for uh, big event movies, Marvel movies. That's what's happened in Hollywood, right? It's like the movies. If you look at the top 10 Hollywood movies of the year, they will all be Marvel or animated films that come from the Disney. That is pre-established brands. I think that will be the key because which is what Rohit Shetty is doing in Hindi. He is you may or may not like his movies, but it's a fantastic business strategy because he has the Suryavanshi, he has the Singham, he has the other thing, and he's kind of trying to create a cop universe just like the Marvel universe, and people are going to come to those movies because they don't have to be sold on those movies. They it's a pre-existing property, and I think that's what's going to happen, and that people will come for these big movies, whereas the smaller films people just are going to wait for OTT or whatever it is. So uh, yes, you still find smaller films being released, but whenever I speak to a theater owner or something like that, they say something like, uh, காலையில 8 பேர் இருந்தாங்க, அப்புறம் ஈவினிங் ஷோல ஒரு 10 பேர் இருந்தாங்க. It's sad. It's really sad to hear this, but then you also wonder whether they themselves should kind of think. But the point is, it's a no-win situation because if they don't have a theatrical screening, the chances of getting an OTT release kind of decreases because OTTs are not waiting to pick up small films. They also want the big movies. So what will happen to the small and mid movies? I don't know. So uh, yeah, so that's really difficult. So uh, maybe I'll just take one last question. Okay, what did you think of the Charlie trailer? I loved it. I love dogs. I'm a dog person. And dogs just like I just love that trailer. And yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like talking a lot, but I've got to leave now. So maybe I'll just take one last question. I remember dozing off the first time I saw Godfather. While I still cherish each moment I saw a theater watch Bahubali too. So, what actually constitutes a great film exactly? A great film is simply a movie that works for you and you think is great. See, nobody can tell you this is a great film and force you to watch it. It's not like art is so subjective. So, if I say that Godfather is a great film, all I'm saying is I think it's a great film. I'm not telling you to think it's a great film, but I would definitely recommend that you watch it. If you can't watch it after 15 minutes, skip it, but at least give it a try. But that's what it is. If you like Bahubali, that's a great film for you. I mean, who is somebody else to tell you or force you to like or dislike a movie uh, based on what it is? Just like I have my own tastes and whatever it is, you have your own tastes, and neither is valid or invalid or something like that. It's all the same thing. It's just life is short. You just have to see whatever makes you happy and whatever you can keep watching again and not force yourself to. Otherwise movies will become like medicine. It's like you you're supposed to become this good movie watcher, so you take a spoonful of Citizen Kane every day. It doesn't work that way. So you watch what makes you happy and live life the way that 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 makes you happy. So on that happy note, thank you all for joining in this conversation, and thank you all. It's been 2 months at Galatta Plus. We are at 50K subscribers, and it's still a work in progress. And I know that there's a lot of work to be done, but thank you for the encouragement that you've given us so far. It's a new venture because we're trying to kind of mix it up with all kinds of like films, at least the major film industries. We're trying to mix and match and do some stuff, and so far the response has been decent, nice, and fingers crossed that you guys will continue to support us. Thank you so much, and have a good night.